How's everybody doing? Let me see if I
Good.
see any
Good.
faces.
How you doing, Bird?
Hey, girl.
I'm okay. I'm trying to get a hold of my allergies before I get on this plane tomorrow. Let's see. Trying to get my notes together. Okay, so today I'm gonna really focus heavily on being in the right state of mind while building your business. Um, for me, I feel like what has sustained my business is prayer and positivity. Um, it's so easily to, you know, be overwhelmed. It's so easy to have a negative mindset. This is unlike anything a lot of us have ever done. Prior to It Works, I had not done anything like this. I was the same way, didn't consider myself to be a salesperson. Every excuse, people can potentially give about starting their own business. That was me, and I really didn't give excuses once I started. But in the back of your head, that's still an afterthought. Like, what if I'm not successful? What if no one ever buys? What else? I'm not a salesperson. I'm too busy. So I really wanted to focus on all of the
You're muted, Berg.
I'm sorry. I really wanted to focus on keeping and, first of all, having and keeping the right mindset. So the first thing that you need to ensure that you have with your business, you need to check your belief system. You have to believe in the business. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in these products, because that's going to transcend to the people that you come into contact with. So anytime my downline, when they're the first time they're reaching out to potentials, they're always nervous. And my first piece of advice is to be confident. People can sense that confidence, they can hear it in your voice. So you need to have confidence in order to seal the deal. So first things first, check your belief. A good belief builder for me is always personal development. You might hear us say, make sure you're having personal development on a consistent basis, but it is so important to your business and you staying in the right mindset and the right mind space. So personal development for me, somebody is bumping. Can somebody mute their line? I'm not sure who that is. Thank you, Jazz. Dang, I lost my train of thought. Oh, personal development looks like for me, that is watching a YouTube video, listening to uplifting music. Jasmine dropped a song today that was really good. Reading books, inspirational books. It can be an inspirational book. It can be a faith-driven book. It can be a book about navigating through network marketing. A few books that I've read so far this year. I read Chase the Lion twice. That was really good. What was the other book that I read by Barbara Straney? I can't remember the title, but I'll drop it in the chat. I also read the 25 Laws of Success. I've read Brian Carruthers' Building an Empire. So all of these things have helped me to, hone, shape, mold my mindset in an entrepreneurial way. Because you are an entrepreneur, you are building your business. So if you can check your belief by doing belief builders like personal development, then you'll start to see your attitude towards your business change. And if you know anything about life, your attitude, makes up a huge amount of how you react to something, how you feel about something. So if you can have a positive attitude about your business, no matter what, then you won't find yourself in a rut or down or discouraged when people tell you no. So that is very, very important. The second thing that I wanted to talk about is research, building your own business, BYOB. So I brag about our team all the time, just for the simple fact that there are a lot of teams out there that are lacking our type of leadership that we have. So we're very fortunate. A lot of people on our team, especially newbies, may not realize that, but we have a lot of people who would like to be a part of the dream team just because they lack that leadership. So it's like we put all the resources out there for you. It's very important for you to go out and read them, grasp them, research them. Success leaves clues. So if you want to be successful in this business, then it's in your best interest to mimic people who are already successful. So I know in our training, Jasmine has it to where you can follow a lot of the leaders on the team so that you can see how they write their captions, so that you can see how clear and crisp their pictures look, so you can see how they interact with people on their pages. But if you don't utilize that information that's out there, then you're not going to see, a shift in your business. So make sure that you're researching, make sure that you're utilizing YouTube. If you type in top DT enroller, it works. Top LC enroller, it works. All of these buzzwords, you will find tons of videos that you can pick bits and pieces from and apply to your business. Some things may be outdated, but the core of the video and the message is typically the same. So make sure that you're checking your belief with belief builders like personal development, and you are BYOB, building your own business. So utilizing the tools and sources that are there, utilizing everything that the leaders have placed and put out there for you to use to be successful. And you'll see a shift in your business. Hold on one second. I'm sorry, y'all. Sibling rivalry. My kids are fighting, so I had to mute the phone real quick. The next thing that I wanted to shift into is chasing the rank versus chasing the bank. So all of us are potentially looking to rank up in this business, to build our teams, but I really want to talk about that. Yes, you should be reaching out to distributors, but I also want you to make sure that you yourself are consistent in your business. It's so unfair for you to bring in new blood to this business and you yourself pop in and out. So when you bring in a new distributor, you're responsible for that person. You're responsible for ensuring that person is trained. You're responsible for ensuring that person is shown the tools that are out there. So it's like, yes, you should be chasing the rank, but also know that as you build your team and as you add people to your downline, you're responsible for these people. And it's really unfair for you to, heavily recruit people, put them in your organization, and then you just disappear. When I did It Works the first time, my upline disappeared 2 weeks after she signed me up. And she was a double diamond when she signed me up. She appeared back in trying to help me when I was double diamond. So it's just like I had to navigate a lot through the business by myself until her upline pretty much swooped in and helped train me, because she literally disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm reaching out to her, no response. So again, we are very fortunate to have, the leaders that we have, because they're all accessible. They're all readily available to answer questions, to help you with whatever you may need. But I also want you to check yourself. know that as you build your business and as you add people to your organization, you're responsible for these people. So make sure that you yourself do the training, learn the business, become a student of the business, of the industry, so that can trickle down to your downline. I know when I'm talking to my personally enrolled team, they might ask me a question and I might direct them exactly where they need to find that answer. And it's not because I'm being mean or malicious, but it's like if I keep constantly spoon feeding you, you're going to come to me every time you have an answer, rather than every time you have a question, rather than you go finding the answer for yourself. So instead of spoon feeding my downline, I might direct them to the Google Drive. I might direct them to the Dream Team events page. I might direct them to the Weebly page. So I also want to challenge you as you're, growing your team and training your downline, to show them the resources and direct them back to it. If it's something that I myself can go look up, you can go look it up too. And that's the mindset that I have when I'm building my team. Now, as far as chasing the bank, I love to say don't leave money on the table. So as you're, bringing people into your organization, help those people get their first 2 customers. What that means for you is that you get your $100 weekly bonus. What that means for them, they become eligible for those bonuses. So today I sent out a lot of text reminders to my team who may have not been, active since they've signed up because they're nearing their 30 days. And it's just like, okay, if you want to be eligible for these bonuses, we need to go ahead and get your first 2 customers. So make sure that you're not leaving any money on the table. That's what your fast starts. That's what your shopping spree. The shopping spree is amazing. You can buy products to sell. You can buy products to use. You can buy gear and apparel. Whatever it is that you may need, you can do it with your shopping spree. So don't leave that money on the table. Don't go without getting your fast start bonuses. Don't sign people up and leave them high to dry as you're building your business. Let's see. Any questions so far? Any comments? Anybody want to add on anything? Any leaders? Y'all are welcome to.
I was just thinking about how it's important for everybody to understand that if you don't want somebody to leave you behind, or if you don't want somebody to ignore your messages, make sure that you're, reciprocating that. So if your upline texts you, respond. Yes. Even if you're having a bad day, just let them know. Don't leave us in the dark.
Yes, definitely. And to piggyback off of what Trinita said, don't sit by and suffer either. You have to understand that we as leaders have full organizations under us. So it's much easier for you as a single person to reach out to us if you need help, or if you're confused, or if you're feeling overwhelmed, or if you're feeling like, this isn't working, as opposed to us trying to keep up with you. I'm trying to make it a point of reaching out to, my personally enrolled team, especially a lot of my seasoned personally enrolled team, just to check on them from time to time, because it's nice to know, that someone's thinking of you, or trying to see where you at. But if you're a newbie, it's really important that you stick by your sponsor. You should stick by your sponsor. You should be in their inbox. You should be asking questions. And when I say asking questions, these are questions after you've already looked for the answer yourself. I have quite a few newbies who do not mind texting me, and I don't mind them texting me at all either, because I know that they're working. I know that they're trying to figure things out, and I know that they're trying to navigate this business. So definitely, I had some other stuff that I wanted to go over. Definitely. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to shift to was utilizing opportunity calls, these product reviews, all of these different events that you can plug potentials into. As you're talking to people, make sure, especially potential distributors, make sure that you're plugging them into our opportunity calls. Like, that is the perfect setup for you to close your distributors. And I know a lot of people may ask for three-way calls, but it's like if there's a um, opportunity event available for that day, see if they can plug into that first. Yes, if I would you, that's the perfect way to initiate the conversation as far as sending an invite. If I invited you to a brief webinar about the business, would you be able to tune in at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time? Simple as that. They're either going to say, yes, I can, or no, I'm unavailable at that time. If they're unavailable at that time, then, that's when you can transition into, let's see if I can set you up with a three-way call. Now, for my newbies, I told them they get 3 calls, and the fourth call, I will listen to them, be there for moral support, and respond if I need to. So don't just keep utilizing three-way calls, three-way calls, three-way calls. At some point, you have to, start to shift and have your own calls by yourself. Get out of that comfort zone. We want to be used as a tool, but not as a crutch. So use your leadership as a tool, as a resource, but don't use us as a crutch for your business, because you will constantly be depending on us. And we want to build self-sufficient leaders. We want to see you in this position, 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year from now. So as leaders, we have to be really intentional as far as the way that we train, because eventually you'll be in my footsteps. You'll be hosting your own leadership calls with your downline. So that's why it's very important. And that's why we stress so heavily to be self-sufficient, to build your own business, and to ensure that you utilize all the tools that are out there. Let's see. Any questions or comments? This is not the right notebook. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk to you all about is showing up for your business every day. Make sure that the doors of your business are always open. If you're one of those people who, go ghost for a week and then you pop in a chat and you're like, what's the subscription box? Or if you're one of those people who, post every Monday and never again for the rest of the week. Or if you're one of those people who, life happens to you and you're thrown off course, it's very important that you show up to your business. Feelings will keep you broke. Feelings don't increase finances. And it's just like, yes, you're going through this season and it may be difficult, but don't let your why suffer because you're going through. And I say that because a lot of people say, my why is my family, my why is my children, my why is financial freedom. And if you're knocked off course every time, you face an obstacle, then you're never going to fulfill what it is you're set out to fulfill. So make sure that you aren't right, Trinita. Make sure that you aren't using your why as an excuse. You're using it as motivation to get where you need to be. You are not helping anyone. You're not serving anyone. You're not helping yourself. Coming to the table constantly with excuses. And it just really makes your business suffer. A lot of us still work full time. I still work full time. I still have to be a mom to my children. I wouldn't say I'm a single mom. I'm a single parent. I co-parent with their dad. But, when I have the kids on my nights, we're super busy. We might have soccer practice. We might have basketball practice. Right now, they're getting ready to start school tomorrow. So it's just like, either I can use my busyness as a why. And to be honest, y'all, I'm not feeling well today, but I could use that as an excuse, or I can use that as motivation to keep pushing. So I want y'all to be consistent, show up to your business, be available to your downline, and just get the job done. Because that's what's going to mold and help your business. Consistency always wins. Make sure that your business is open. I had a girl who contacted me last week and she was like, yeah, I was going to order from another girl, but I don't even see any posts on her page. So I reached out to you. So make sure that your business is open. There are people who will go back and stalk your pages, like Trinita posted Her message today, a girl is admiring her post and her profile, and she had been stalking her. And until she reached out to Trinita, Trinita was probably completely oblivious to the fact that this girl was watching her every move. So people are watching you. You got the people who be like, she's not gonna take that serious. She's gonna give up after a month. You got people who be like, oh, I want to buy that. I'm gonna wait till she posts a few more results pictures. And you have people who just are just plump nosy. So if your business is closed because you're not posting on a consistent basis, then you're showing those people that you're gonna give up. You're showing those people that you weren't consistent. That customer that was waiting for you to post that next result picture, she was like, I'm just going to go to another distributor because I don't even know if she's still working her business. So that person who was thinking about joining your team, they don't see any posts, so they're just like, it must didn't work for her, so it's not going to work for me either. So make sure that you're consistent. Like, you never know who's watching you, who's waiting to join you. You never know what your yes might ignite in someone else. So if you're not consistent, then you lose all of that. So I just want to challenge y'all to be consistent with your posting, be consistent with your team, stay connected. All of these things are really important for your business to succeed. Was there any comments from the leaders or any feedback or anybody wanted to add on or share any experience? No comments, no comments. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to speak on was ensuring that we're using the pay to slay contest as an incentive to get your loyal customers signed up. So when I'm sending out the subscription boxes and I'm talking to people about becoming a loyal customer and reaching their fitness goals, I always let them know, oh, and by the way, if you order, this week, today, you'll be eligible for our $400 accountability contest. When I'm talking to people, a lot of people say that they lack accountability, and that's why they're not really disciplined. So if you can add that sense of urgency, let them know, hey, there's $400 on the line for you to sign up as a loyal customer. You're eligible to win this. Then they might be more prone to go ahead and place an order. As far as the contest, it has been extended to August 31st. So August 31st is the last day that you can place an order. If you're, placing an order August 31st, yes, you might not get results pictures in time, but you can still accumulate points by referring friends. If you have someone who has a group of friends and they all join and those are all her referrals, she can still rank up points. So let them know that it's a point system. You can get points several different ways. And just because you're placing your order at the tail end of the month doesn't make you ineligible to win. Consistency posting in the group gets you points, referrals get you points, placing another order gets you points. So all of these things are available to help your customer win. So make sure that you're creating a sense of excitement about that. Make sure you're using that as an incentive. Hey, you need accountability, where here's an incentive to keep you accountable. That kind of deal when you're talking to your customers. Let's see. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is just what's most effective for you to let me see what the chat's saying. Trinita just said something. Kishana said it's so easy to give into your emotions. You got to push past it. Trinita said, because if your customer wins, it will make more people want to purchase with you, honestly. Karen said, I'm so much stronger than what I act like. That's good, Karen. Next thing that I want to say, and I tried to send, I'm going to be more, what I'm trying to say, consistent with this. But anytime that I post the opportunity post, I'm going to start sharing it to the group so you can see the many different ways that you can share the opportunity. If you haven't shared your story, that's by going live, creating a post, creating a story in Instagram. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see my story, me telling my journey with It Works. If you haven't done that yet, go ahead and do it. Even if you haven't made, a dime, you still have a story. You still have a reason why you're here. And that resonates with people. When I'm talking to my downline and my newbies, I tell them that transparency is what's going to put people in your inbox. Being transparent, connecting to people on an emotional level. Don't just put out join my team, get $200 to $500 working from home. Like, yes, that's a good post to pique interest, but don't let that be the basis of all of your opportunity posts. You have to really get down to the nitty gritty. You have to talk about your struggles. You have to talk about what brought you here, how this business is fulfilling you, what you're getting out of this business that might not be monetary. It can be friendships. It could be, spiritual growth. It could be personal growth. There are so many different avenues that you can speak on that will really resonate with people as they're watching your pages. And they're like, okay, let me go see what Trinita posted about today. Dang, she said this. She been working from home and she's paying for her wedding. I'm engaged. I need extra income to pay for my wedding. Like, being transparent, sharing your story, that's what's going to connect with people. And this is a people business. People aren't buying these products because they want to try the products. They're buying the products because they buy into you. They buy into who you are as a person. They trust your judgment. They've been watching your page. All of these are reasons why people purchase products. That's why it could be several distributors in your area and somebody's going to come to you because they're buying into you. They're like, I know Brittany, Trinita, and Kishana are all selling it in this area, but I'm going to reach out to Jasmine because I like the way Jasmine markets the product. I like Jasmine's attitude. I like Jasmine's personality. She's always interacting with her followers. She posts funny things. I feel more connected to Jasmine, so that's who I'm going to reach out to. So don't feel like, the market is filled or over. There's an overflow of distributors. People are buying into you. They're not buying into the products. So it doesn't matter if the person down the road is selling the exact same thing because they don't sell it the way that I do. And once you have that in your mind and know that people are buying it into you instead of the products, you'll see a shift in your business because that they begin to connect with you on an emotional level. So make sure that you talk about your story, talk about your accomplishments. If you haven't accomplished anything, or some people be like, I don't have a story or I haven't gotten paid yet. Talk about your goals. Talk about what this business will provide for you. There are some people out there who need their daycare paid. There are some people out there who need extra money for groceries. There are people out there who want to put, gas in their tank or need to put gas in their tank. They riding on E until they get paid again. So talk about the vision, and make it good, make it transparent, make it, so to speak, make it to where people can connect to exactly what you're saying. Another thing that I want to say is be professional. You're a business owner now. So there are some things that are just tasteless that I might not put on my page just for the simple fact that I have so many eyes watching my page. And that's not saying, don't be yourself, because I'll post something funny in a minute if I feel like it's funny, but there are certain things that I might not share because I don't want to put that I don't want that on my storefront. So your Instagram page, your Facebook page, these are your storefronts now. So make sure that you have a clean social media page. Make sure that you're friendly. Make sure that you're interacting with people. Sometimes in my power hour, I spend 15 minutes just interacting with people. We go through green light messages so often, asking people to post, doing all of these things, but we have to make sure that we're also interacting with people. I love this, or your kid's so cute going back to school, or I love your hair, who did your nails. Interact with your followers so that you can begin to build rapport with them, especially for those people that you don't know, you just added randomly and they was like, okay, I'll add her back. Make sure that you're interacting with these people so that they can connect to you. I also wanted to talk about the importance of your daily six list. The six list is the perfect setup. What's wrong?
You just bought us all our Kleenex and stuff for school. I jumped out.
Okay. Um, dang, I forgot what I was saying. My daughter was standing over me looking weird. Oh man.
Fix list.
Um, oh yeah, thank you, Trinita. The six list is like perfect because it's like the perfect screenshot of how you can work your business on a daily basis. If you don't know what to do for your business for the day, pull out that six list. Follow people on Facebook and Instagram or unfollow depending on, what it is for you. Right now I'm doing a mass unfollow because I'm about to follow a lot of people. So I'm doing like a mass unfollow on my pages. But make sure that you're growing your accounts. Um, I was talking to one of my distributors today and she was um feeling apprehensive about, adding these random people to her accounts, which I totally understand. Like, it can be nerve wracking, especially if you have private pages and you've always had these little close knit communities and you're not used to adding random people. But unfortunately, when you're building primarily on social media, it's very important for you to expand your network. So my advice to her was, do a lot of host to posts. Host to post allows you to tap into other people's networks without you having to necessarily add those people. You can add those people on Messenger, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to add them as a friend. So if you're one of those people who have that mental block starting fresh, focus on doing a lot of host to posts so that you can tap into your followers and their followers. Um, if I have a loyal customer who orders from me, I ask them if they want to be placed in a giveaway, and I have them post for me as well. We have the team host a post page, so you're not even responsible for these giveaways. You don't have to give away anything. We provide that to you as leaders, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be utilizing this method, the host a post, um, because you don't have any product to give away because we've handled that already. This month we're giving away 2 Fit 5s. So make sure that you're adding your host of posts to that page. You're growing your social media accounts. If you're not growing your accounts, the same eyes are seeing your business on a daily basis. So that's just like the same person walking back and forth in front of your store every day, and they don't never buy anything. And you just marketing to that same person, talking about come in, come get something, come buy. Like, it doesn't work that way. So you have to constantly expand your network. Be active. Um, if you're out blitzing, and blitzing doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have blitz cards. Like today, a girl saw me drinking my greens. She was like, "What's that?" I told her what my greens were. She was like, "I wanted to try it." I had some packets on the go with me. I gave her a packet. That was a blitz. And I was like, "Are you on Instagram, girl?" She was like, "Yeah, add me." Added her on Instagram. Boom. That was a blitz. I got her social media contact, and now she's in my network. She's gonna see my business. She's gonna see me post about the greens. She tasted them. So tomorrow, well, not tomorrow because I don't go to work tomorrow, but next week when I go, I'm gonna ask her, how did you like the greens? Was it good? What was your thoughts about it? So make sure that when you're blitzing people, you also connect with them socially. If you don't get their number, they might not, be comfortable giving their number, especially if they're just a random stranger. But you can definitely say, "Hey, do you have Instagram? I'd love to follow you." Or, "Are you on Facebook?" Anything like that to ensure that you stay connected to this person. If you do the minimum, you'll make the minimum. And I say that because, if you do the bare minimum, yes, we say on average do 3 hosts a post, or on average add 50 people, or get 5 potential contacts a day. But if you do the minimum, you will make the minimum. So I want to encourage you all that once you get to a level of comfort, to add a little bit more every week. Add a little bit more. Add 250, then add 300. Get 5 contacts, then get 6, then get 7. Like, do a little bit more as you get comfortable in your business, so that you can really reap the full reward of the financial gain that you can receive here. Um, Another thing, and these are just some notes that I had from, I think this is either Denise Walsh or Jade Hooper's YouTube video. But she said there's no such thing as a dry spell. She said it takes an average of 3 months for seeds to grow. So think about all those people that you've been talking to and they don't respond, or you see they read your message, or they say they're interested and they don't answer the phone when you call. It takes about 3 months for those seeds to grow. So imagine once you come to that third month, you're just like, I quit, I give up. And that's right when the seed starts to grow and you're nowhere to be found. So make sure that you don't give up. I go through so many no's a day. I couldn't even begin to tell you how many people say no or read my messages or, don't respond or say, yeah, call me at 4:30 on Friday, and I call them at 4:30 on Friday and it's like, find me. That's normal. Like, we are building a business. If it was easy, everybody would be ambassador. Everybody would be ambassador. This business is simple. The system is super simple. Keep it simple. But if it were easy, everybody would be ambassador. So get out of your mind, that people are going to immediately say yes to you. If you were one of those people, it took you months to say yes to this business. Give those people, that same leeway. Know that it's not going to be an instant yes. It took you 6 months of watching my page before you was like, okay, Bergandee, I'm ready to try it. So don't feel like somebody owes you a yes as soon as as soon as you ask them. And Trinita said, talk about it too. Yes, when you're talking to people, let them know, girl, I was just like you. I was so scared. I wasn't a salesperson. I watched this girl build her business from Instagram for 6 months, and I just started, I just got tired of my situation. I decided to give it a try. And right now I'm wishing I would have done it sooner. So talk about your experience, talk about your journey, talk about the things that made you apprehensive, because people can relate to that. You'll get emotionally exhausted if your emotions are controlled by results. So again, I tell people all the time, don't be connected to it. Don't be emotionally connected to a yes, and don't be emotionally connected to a no. Keep it, keep the emotion out of it. It's business. So don't get, bent out of shape because you're getting a week full of no's, or you're getting a day full of, no response, no call, no shows. You'll get emotionally exhausted. You will burn yourself out in this business. This is a marathon. I was listening to Rachel Williams today, and she's been in the business for 5 years. And I think about all of these people who have been in the business for a substantial amount of time, and people give up in their second month. And I'm just like, you're not built for this. Like, it's going to take longer than, 2 months of you trying, or halfway trying, because if you want to be honest, usually if you give up in 2 months, you weren't even fully delved into the business anyway. So you'll get emotionally exhausted if your emotions are controlled by results. Let me see what else she said. She also said the people who are the most successful have gone through the most in their businesses. And we try to share and be really transparent about the things that we go through. I know Jasmine stated today in the group that a girl put her on hold to place an order and she never came back to the phone. Like, we go through the exact same thing, the exact same experiences. The only difference between us and the people who decide to give up is that we kept pushing through those things. We kept going for no's. Like, go for a no. Keep getting no's until you get a yes. End your day on a win. End your day on a win. And a win doesn't necessarily mean that you sign 5 customers. A win could be, I plan my post for the day. A win could be, I follow people on Instagram. A win could be, I did 3-way calls for my downline. Like, a win doesn't necessarily have to be a customer or a distributor. There are multiple ways that you can win in this business. So we go through the same thing. We experience the same thing. The next thing, and I guess the final thing that I want to touch on, and if y'all have any questions after this point or any comments, please feel free to share. Success loves speed. Success loves speed. Success loves momentum. Once you get that momentum, keep it. Once you're on the up and up, stay on the up and up, because then you'll start to see a shift in your business. You'll start to see your business grow exponentially. We are paid by productivity. And I actually love that, because I know that the work I put in, I'll be compensated for, as opposed to at my job, even though I work hard, they're like, okay, you're worth a 25-cent raise this year. So we are paid by productivity. I love that because I know that as long as I put in the work to my business, I will reap the rewards eventually. So if you're a distributor working like you're an emerald, that check is gonna catch up to your work ethic. Now, if you're a distributor working like a distributor, then you're not gonna see any growth. So let's see. Keyshawn said you can't look at the fact that you talked to 75 people and 56 told you no. Focus on the fact that you talked to 75 people. You've planted 75 seeds. Exactly right. Um, so yeah, that was my last remark. Success loves speed. Make sure that you're keeping the momentum. Make sure that once you're in the groove of things that you keep it up. That don't mean that you stop working your business because you signed 3 people today. Like, okay, I'm done. I accomplished my goal today. No, set another goal. If at the end of the month I said I wanted to sign 25 customers and I signed 25, I'm like, okay, I'm going for 30. Like, I'm going for 35. Like, set another goal. Write down a goal, crush that goal, set another one. And that's where you're gonna see growth in your business. That's where you're gonna see growth in yourself as an entrepreneur. And that's where you're gonna see growth in your team. Um, so ensure that you're utilizing all of these tools. If there are any specific questions, I'm just gonna open the floor for questions right now. If y'all have anything that y'all want to add on, leaders, or any words of encouragement for our newbies who may be on the line, I'm just gonna open the floor.
I have something.
Okay.
I was on a call with Pam Souter. My first call with Pam Souter, Courtney, I forgot her last name, she got on and she gave the analogy of a farmer planting corn in the field. Does he just sit and wait for it to grow? No. He waters it, he fertilizes it, he tills the ground, he does all these different things. So you have to look at your business like that. Like, you planted that seed by inboxing that person or whatever, and you're gonna keep posting in your on your storefront to show them what they could have. That's fertilizing. So if you plant that seed and then you never follow up or you never post anything else on your page, you're not tending to that seed. So just wanted to say that.
Thank you, Trinita. I love that analogy. That was really good.
Me too. I love that. Thanks for
Yeah, that
sharing,
was really
Trinita.
good. Are there any more comments, questions? Y'all have any specific questions for me?
This was really good, Berg.
Thank you.
Can
I'm
you
sorry
tell
I was late.
everybody? Okay. No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Can you tell everybody? I was listening. I hope I didn't miss this part because I had to talk to some people in between. But can you tell everybody like what you do from day to day? Did you say that like every day? Like what your 6 list look like?
Right now I've really been following the 6 list that we put out for the team. And that's just because that's what I've been posting to my newbies. Like, hey, y'all, here's the 6 list. Let me see what you've checked off today. But yeah, some non-negotiables for me. Posting inspirational posts in the morning. Like, that's non-negotiable.
Florida.
I have people who have, message me like, hey, I love that you post something inspirational every day. I look forward to your posts. Another non-negotiable is adding or unfollowing people to my business every single day. That is non-negotiable. So my Captivate is always in queue. There's always either people being followed or people being unfollowed. Another non-negotiable for me is sending out messages. These blast messages are the perfect tool for you to use. And before you know it, you've talked to 100 people because you've set aside time to participate in 4 message blasts. Talking to 100 people is not hard at all, y'all. I know it sounds like a lot, like, whoa, sending 100 messages, I could never do that. But break it down into workable increments. Message 15 people here, 15 people there. If 25 is too much, break the number down, do 15, do 4 sets of 15. Even still, that's 60 people that you've spoken with about your business. Um, this is a numbers game. This is not magic. This is a numbers game. So the more people you talk to, it might be the more no's that you get, but that's also the more seeds that you planted. Um, so definitely, another non-negotiable for me is checking the groups. I might not be able to be in the group all day, every day. I might not be able to interact with y'all all day, especially if it's a busy day at work. But best believe, in the morning once I get settled or at night before bed, I'm checking updates to see if there's anything that I missed that somebody might have put out for the team. If there's any, upcoming promotions, I might have missed a family call. So I'm like, okay, what's the deal with the promotion? Um, and that goes back to what I said about not popping in and out in your business. Like, you should be on top of every promotion that It Works puts out there, because this is your business. And it's so crazy because I have people and they be like, wait, free shipping? When did that happen? Like, you have to be consistent. You have to show up to your business, or you will forever be in a state of confusion because you popping in and out. And it's just like, girl, where you been? They've been announced that. So make sure that you're staying connected. So that's a non-negotiable for me, staying connected. Making sure that I'm plugging in, making sure that I'm near the fire so I stay lit. Those are all non-negotiables for me. On a day-to-day basis, on a good night, I plan my posts. I'm trying to be more consistent with that. Sometimes I'm not. But on a good day, I've planned my posts. I definitely post my inspirational pic. I'm trying to get used to utilizing my stories more. Those polls are everything. Every time I do a poll, I get a lot of good feedback from it. So utilize the tools that are there. Facebook has polls now, as well. So make sure that you're utilizing that. I'm staying connected to my team. I'm staying connected to the team pages. And I'm adding people on a consistent basis. That's like every day for me. So that is what my day to day looks like. My kids are about to transition back to school, so I will be building a lot of my business in the car, during car rider lines. After I pick my children up and I'm sitting there waiting on them to get out of school, I like to talk to people during that time. I like to send out messages. So that's my day to day. I'm very intentional about utilizing my downtime. So I don't watch much TV. On my breaks, I'm sending out messages. Today, during my break, I did personal development, listening to Rachel's live. So make sure that you're finding those windows of opportunity and sacrificing. You might have to give up ratchet TV, that some people like to watch. You might have to give up talking to your coworkers over break, if you have a goal in mind and you're really pushing. So I just wanted to challenge you all to find those windows. Like, examine your day, examine today, and think about all the times you could have worked your business in a very small increment of time and you didn't, and try to do better tomorrow, and then try to do better than that the next day, and constantly be intentional with your time and intentional with the spare time that you have, especially if you're a busy person. Especially if you're one of my night shifters. I have like 3 people who work night shifts. It might require you to go back to the group. It might require you to utilize YouTube more because a lot of the team is asleep. But make sure that you're utilizing your time wisely. Trinita said she would sit in her car on every break and work, even after work, sitting in the parking lot. Yes, definitely. I get the most work done in my car because it's like once I get home and I take my shoes off, I just get lax. So if I feel like I need to get some stuff done, I'm sitting in my car. I will pull up to my house and I will sit in my car until I get out, just to ensure that I do everything that I need to do before I step foot in the house and start to be a mom, having to cook, put the kids in the tub, all of those things. I go ahead and do it. Another thing that I love that Gloria said is that she said she sent out her, I think it was Gloria. She sent out her messages for host to post at night, so they're there waiting on her in the morning. That's genius to me. Like, send out your messages for host to post at night, and in the morning you can go back and talk to those people. So yeah, are there any other questions or feedback? Any other questions? Y'all quiet.
I loved it. It was great. No, I'm sorry. I'm on the call.
Let's see. Somebody said my cousin is fixing the car while I'm listening to this, and he said it was motivational to him. Thank you. So if there aren't any questions, y'all sure y'all don't have no questions for me. Now y'all gonna be messaging me, Berg, how you do this, or what to do with this.
Berg, can I add something really quick?
Yes.
So, one thing that I wanted to just add, Trinita made me think about it when she wrote how she would work in the car. You guys, like, no matter how busy you are, you have at some point during your day to work your business. You really, truly do. Like, if you're that busy, then you wouldn't be on Facebook. You wouldn't be on Instagram. You would be like going crazy right now. So all of us have some time, and even with like self-development, just think of like different, think outside of the box. I listen to my self-development when I'm in the shower. I listen to it when I'm driving in the car. When I'm cooking dinner, I'm listening to it. Hold on one second, y'all.
Yes, definitely. If you're someone who likes music in the car in the mornings, turn on a motivational video. I don't really listen to the radio, so when I am in the car, I'm doing self-development. Let's see what Kayla said. I appreciate all the knowledge. I joined right before I went on vacation. I'm ready to hit the ground running. Let's go, Kayla. You back, Jazz?
Yeah, I was just gonna say, one thing that I know really helps me is just really sinus. Okay. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay. 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 Perfect. All right. So what I was gonna say is that many times I know a lot of people are always like, well, I have a schedule in front of me, but I still don't get stuff done. And I totally understand that. I struggle with that sometimes too. And that just boils down to discipline. And what you have to do is you have to set timers, like reminders for your activities. So that way you have a reminder whenever it's time for you to go ahead and work your business, you're going to have a reminder go off. Whenever it's time for you to go and tend to your family, you won't continue to work your business. You'll actually go and do what you need to do. So that's one thing that's very helpful for me. And I see a big shift in my productivity when I do stuff like that, when I have those reminders. And it seems tedious, it seems anal, but a lot of times that's what we need. It's like we know what we need to do, but we'll say, oh, I'll do that later. Or you'll be caught up in something. You could be caught up in messaging those people, and you need to go and bathe your kids so that they can get ready for school in the morning. So having those boundaries and those systems in place to keep you organized is key. So just make sure you get yourself organized. It's also going to keep your business
healthy. It's also going to keep your business healthy, which is really important to find that balance. You don't want to have your business overflow into, you spending time with your children or your kids. This business is supposed to free up time. So that's definitely important to keep your business healthy as well. So you don't have a resentful attitude because you feel like you're always working your business. Yes, you should be working your business on a daily basis, but having those boundaries and those set times will keep your business healthy. So that's very important. That was a good tip, Jay.
I know for me, I've been home for 7 months, working from home full time. And last week was the first time I actually sat down and I opened up my planner and I wrote down everything for the whole week. Then I was filling in holes, and that really helped. Like, had I quit because I didn't have it all together at first, then I wouldn't be able to, sit here and tell y'all, like, that's what it took for me to sit down and do that. And now it's become routine for me to do that every Sunday. And it's become routine for me to do my self-development in the morning. That's like one of my top 3 things that I have to get done. It's important for me to do a power hour every day, at least one time. So you just have to give yourself grace and know that you're going to get it, but you still have to put forth the effort.
That's good. I like that. Give yourself grace. That's important. Don't be so hard on yourself. This is new. It's going to require learning. It's going to require, you bumping your head, you figuring some things out and figuring out which system works best for you. It's important to not reinvent the wheel, but definitely give yourself grace as you navigate and learn the business. And don't be so hard on yourself, and don't compare. Like, comparison is the thief of joy. Do not compare your Monday to someone else's Monday. Like, have tunnel vision, build your own business, count your own coins, and that's what's going to keep your business successful and healthy.
Berg, I have one quick note, like super quick. This is going to be a mic drop.
Okay.
A mic drop for some people, okay? So, hold on, let me get outside so I can turn on my camera so y'all can see my face. Okay. I want you guys to know, okay? Some of you all know this. A lot of you guys you may be feeling frustrated. You're like, man, I need to go Ruby this month. I just started like last week, but I really need to go Ruby this month. I feel you. I want you to go Ruby this month. But one thing I do want you guys to understand is to really listen to what Bergandee started out with when she talks about, really understanding, taking time to understand the compensation plan, knowing that you have these bonuses, knowing that you have all these different things that you could be taking advantage of, these fast start bonuses, the shopping sprees, but also I want you all to know my journey getting to Ruby, it took me 8 months to go Ruby, okay? 8 months. Some of you guys are frustrated after 8 days, okay? 8 long months. But guess what? After that, things just took off. It took off. It kept rolling, kept rolling, kept rolling. So this is not an overnight get rich scheme. I am not telling you. You have Kishana who went Emerald in 2 months. You have Antonisha who went executive in less than 30 days. You have people who have gone Ruby in 30 days. Like, it happens. It can happen. And the difference between now and then is that I really did not know what I was doing. I had no idea what I was doing. I was not really, I wasn't messaging. I wasn't doing half of the stuff that we do now, because we know better now. So you have all of the resources to do what you need to do. But I say all that to say, don't give up. What if I would have quit at month 3? What if I would have just given up? Like, I wouldn't be at triple right now.
I didn't sign up with you until when?
So, man, until a year and 2 months.
Yeah, so if Jasmine would have quit in month 3, there would be no me. There would be no dream team. So that really puts things into perspective. Thanks, Jazz. Anything else before we close out? All right. If that's it, let me see. Somebody said something in the chat. This was great. Thank you, Erica. Do we have any volunteers for prayer? Anyone wants to volunteer to pray?
I can pray.
Thank you, girl.
I was sure gonna call on you, a Leontine. I love when y'all pray. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay. All right, everybody. Hearts and minds, bow your heads. All right. Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this day today, oh God. Lord, we thank you for each and every individual on this call, oh God. We thank you for all the ones who wanted to get on the call but couldn't. Oh God, we thank you for this wonderful opportunity that you have afforded us, oh Lord God. We just thank you for the ability to grow, oh God, to learn, oh God, and not only that, God, but to make extra money, oh God, so that we can satisfy our wives. God, we ask that you continue to each day, oh God, to bless and to keep us, oh God. Help us to grow, oh God, and that we do this, oh God, that we not forget, oh God, to glorify you, oh God. Help us to touch lives, oh God, and to make a difference in each other's lives, oh God. I just pray for abundance right now in the name of Jesus for each and every person on this call, each and every person on the dream team, and even with this entire company, oh God. I pray for abundance and blessings right now in the name of Jesus, oh God. And anything personal that anyone is standing in need of, oh God, I pray right now in the name of Jesus that you touch their hearts, oh God. You know what it is, oh God. So we pray for deliverance, oh Lord, right now in the name of Jesus, for we know you can do all things, oh God. And we just ask that you continue to be with us, oh God. For you said in your word, you will never leave us nor forsake us, oh God. And we believe you for that, oh God. We just pray for growth, oh God, right now in the name of Jesus, oh God. And every heart that may feel like, God, I'm about to give up, oh God, I'm not seeing the results that I want to, oh God. Give us a heart and a mind of persistence, oh God, and perseverance to push through, oh God. Even when the devil tries to come through, oh Lord God, we rebuke every attack of Satan right now in the name of Jesus on our lives, oh God. And we just claim victory right now in the name of Jesus, oh God, that every why, oh God, for each individual, oh God, that it may come true, oh God, and that you are able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think. We thank you. We ask you to continue to watch over, protect us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Oh, that was good, girl. I thought you was. I got chills, girl.
All right, Pastor Ware.
Thank you, girl.
Bishop in the
You're
house.
welcome.
Thanks,
All
Berg.
right, y'all. You're
All right,
welcome. Y'all
Toya. Too many people been speaking it.
Good night, y'all.
Thank you, Berg.
Good night.
Have a safe trip, ladies.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Berg.